So welcome back to part 3 of the fossil guitar, the Jurassic Park guitar, basically the guitar with endless names. I know I said I was going to keep away from the 3-parters because let's face it, you have a lot to do. Let's condense this down, but you know what? Sometimes it takes time. And there will not be a part 4. This sucker's done. It's looking awesome. I'm staring at it right now. And you'll see it in just a minute. But before then, I'll let you know what I'm drinking this week. Slightly breaking my rules, drinking a little War Mullet by Floyd's Brewery out of Munster, Indiana. I know, I typically focus on my Illinois beers, however this beer is 20 minutes outside Illinois. Pretty close. Plus Floyd's is awesome. The War Mullet is a double IPA. Unfortunately they don't list the ABVs on the bottle, and it could be on the website. I'm going to taste it and let you know what I think the ABV is, because you know how much I love my ABVs. Some double IPAs taste like you're drinking your meal. But this one's smooth, slightly sweet, slightly earthy. I'm gonna go with like a 7%, and it's a double. I'm gonna go with a 7.2% ABV. See, now I'm curious, now I wanna look it up and see how close I am. I'm gonna stick with that, the low 7s. If you're an IPA fan, double IPA fan, if you just like full body drinks with a lot going on, pretty much anything Floyd's puts out is top notch. Let's head back to the garage. And here's the Epiphone we started off with, and here's what it turned into. This old looking thing. Now I read online that packaging tape can actually be used as a decent barrier with epoxy. It worked okay, not as well as I was hoping for. Mixed the epoxy, throwing in the frog skull, giving a little bit more epoxy to cover the entire unit. Some more packaging tape to kind of make sure it doesn't leak out. And as you can see right there, it even kind of leaked / burned slightly through the cardboard. And now for the reveal. It turned out pretty cool. Sweet. Added a little bit more epoxy just to fill in the grooves and crevices that were missed originally. A little bit of sanding. I was originally going to go with a matte finish with this guy, so that's why I wanted to make sure it was clean looking. Trying some isopropyl alcohol, something I had laying around, to see if that was a good cleaning agent for epoxy. It was not. So I found this acrylic base to try and use that to make sure the epoxy didn't leak all over the place, because epoxy is definitely not cheap. Also, when it comes to adding food coloring to your epoxy to color it, less is more, so that was just 1 drop I added. And that's how it turned out. I really struggled with that little portion of the guitar. I leaked a ton. If you look in the background there, you can see a ton of epoxy on that cardboard. So I made sure to add tons of tape for the next couple of epoxy projects. I think there's a leg bone there, and 3 little spine pieces in the middle. Some more epoxy. There's a nice shaky shot. Now, even though I struggled a lot and kind of failed, I did like how that exposed jawbone turned out. And I struggled a bit with that too as well. I'll never work with epoxy ever again, it's the worst. It does the job well, it's just tricky to work with. And again, I was trying to go for as clean of a look as possible, so I'm scraping off the excess epoxy, adding some dark wood stain here, and there it is after it's dried. But I said, screw it, let's go with a glossy tree sap looking thing. And that's what you're seeing right there. Here's where I wasn't really super happy with that headstock. But here are the Halloween lights to the rescue. Use a little hot glue gun to keep it in there. These Halloween lights turned out to be a huge success. Easy to work with. You ready? Boom. It's done. Check it out. Looks pretty sweet. So let me run through the thought process with this. I knew I wanted this to kind of resemble that mosquito caught in amber, as in Jurassic Park. So I had 4 cavities essentially drilled out, found some perfect frog bones in my sump pump, which proved to be great fossils. I actually hopped on Amazon to find fake fossils or real fossils. I just wanted to find something that would resemble some sort of animal remains or something from long ago. Really couldn't find anything. Like, you could find like an old shark tooth for like 30 bucks. And this project's already expensive as it is, so cheers for free props, right? Now here's the super sweet thing about this guy. Boom. Hard to see, but some LED lights installed on the back. The back does look a little janky, I'll be honest. I really wanted to Dremel out the wiring for the back, but the wiring is so thin that it doesn't impede any playability at all. It works just fine. I eventually want to get another shot where I'm in a dark room with these lights on. I've got to monkey around with epoxy for the first time, which was bittersweet. Essentially, that's what's coating this entire guitar right now is epoxy. For those of you who have never used it before, very expensive. I think I have $30 worth of epoxy on this guitar. More money invested in epoxy than I do in a guitar. Which, the value goes up, right? I think that's how it works. A few things that I don't know if the camera picked up was the headstock. I just wanted to add a little bit more epoxy to that to give it that tree sap look. Didn't work out as well as I planned it would, or as I thought it would. But it's fine, whatever. I have made some minor changes to the videos going forward. I'm gonna omit the horror movie review portion that usually occurs at the end of the video. I'm just gonna cut it out. I think I'm gonna include that in its own video later on in the week. I want it to be a little bit more, I want these videos to be really just tight, succinct, and entertaining. And the horror movie portion gets a little wobbly, which isn't bad, but it needs some fine tuning. So I'm gonna put that on the back burner, I'll get to it. But you know, if you had fun watching these videos, I'm gonna say this again, but hopefully in the future, these guitars won't be 3-parters. I'll love to get them down to 2 or even 1-parters, just so you can see the start and finish in a quick succession, quickly, well. But if you had fun, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. As I've said before, smush the keyboard, just get all those keys. Something's bound to happen. Maybe a comment might happen. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't care, love to see the activity. Also, if you have any ideas for guitar projects, themes that you'd like to see in the future, let me know. Halloween is around the corner, and it's my favorite holiday. I got something planned for that guitar. Until then.